What's up, everyone? Welcome to this day in Philly Sports History for July 30th, 2023. I'm your host, Jim Montgomery, coming at you from the Holiday Inn Express in Brecksville, Ohio, about 20 minutes south of Cleveland. Not sure if I'm smarter from staying here or not, but as the day goes on, we shall see. It was a good time at the family reunion yesterday. Good seeing a lot of the people on my wife's side of the family. It was really cool, I think, to see the kids really interact with their cousins. A lot of them that they were meeting for the first time because we're spread out more on the east side of PA, and they're all out this way. But just seeing them not necessarily miss a beat and just fitting right in and hanging out with them like they've known each other their whole life. So that's pretty cool. But always a good time. Wish they lived closer because they are fun to hang with. But until next time. All right, quick housekeeping note. Be sure to check out the latest Back to the Future. We give our list of most over and underrated things in Philly sports. One of them has been a hotbed topic in the news recently, and I've been catching a lot of heat, I guess you could say, in the comments about it. So be sure to check that out to see where we stand on that and what the take is, and be sure to let me know what your thoughts are. I know a lot of you have reached out, so I appreciate that. All right. Not really sure what to make of the Phillies game yesterday. We were at the reunion, traveling, checking into the hotel and things like that, so I didn't necessarily get to watch a lot of it, just kind of following it on my phone. But it does, I mean, I don't know what happened. I feel like it's more of a microcosm of what they've been this season. 4-1 lead, and then Nola kind of couldn't get the bottom of the lineup out. They left a ton of runners on base. Was able to kind of get checked in and watch some of the stuff at the end. And again, they're leaving guys on base. They're not necessarily playing good fundamental ball. And I don't know, everybody's talking really about Trey Turner being in a slump, but Castellanos hasn't really done much since the All-Star game either. So lots of areas to improve. And with the trade deadline looming this week, there's a lot of rumors out there, so they should be making a move. It's just a matter of which move they make and how the dominoes fall. But tough one to lose, especially to the Pirates, especially when you have a 4-1 lead. But hopefully they can come out tonight or this afternoon and win that series. I'm going to try to listen to it on the way out, hopefully while the kids sleep. But if you want more Phillies coverage, check out our friends at 2008 Phils. They have the biggest Phillies email newsletter in the world. It's a must-read. They've had a ton of stuff leading up to the All-Star break, the trade deadline, and just really break down what's going on. Lots of guest posts on there as well. For a limited time, they are giving for This Day in Philly Sports This Day in Philly Sports History listeners. I'll get it out. See, the Holiday Inn Express did not help. But 75% off a subscription. Follow the link that's in the description of this, wherever you're getting it, and follow that exclusive link for This Day in Philly Sports History listeners. You get access to everything they have on their sites, the full archives. You get that awesome 2008 championship banner t-shirt. 2008 Phils will follow your Twitter account, which is good if you're trying to grow your brand. You get access to all the special giveaways they do, autographs, memorabilia, tickets, and just random things every now and then. The other day he was giving out the powder blue t-shirt with 1980 on it, which was really, it's an awesome shirt. So if they ever puts them on sale, I will definitely buy one of them. But it's just $2 a month, $20 for the year. Like I said, it's worth it just for the content, and then they throw the t-shirt in on top. So go give them a check out. In the description, that link is exclusively for This Day in Philly Sports This Day in Philly Sports History listeners. I'll get it out. And for a limited time, I have 3 free 1-month subscriptions that I'm going to pull on Tuesday. So all you need to do that is, or be eligible for that, is follow, like, and leave a comment wherever you're getting this, and I'll put everybody's name in a hat and pull them out that way. But I'll be doing that on Tuesday, so be sure to get all of that done by then. All right. Sixers, there's not really a James Harden update, but I've seen a lot of clamoring. I'm anxious to see what you all think on this. It will be the question on the Spotify, but if you're not listening on Spotify, shoot me a message and let me know what you think. Since the Eagles are bringing back the Kelly Green jerseys, there's been a lot of talk about the old black Sixers jerseys that they wore with Iverson and Mutombo in that 2000-2001 year. I actually like them, but there definitely seems to be a good split on that. So let me know what you think. Is that something the Sixers should try to bring back as part even of like their City Edition jerseys or something? But let me know. And again, no comments or updates on James Harden. I know every time I go, there's like a new trade rumor and this and that. But as we stand now, he's digging in. And unfortunately, the Clippers just aren't willing to give up what they want. But it doesn't mean Daryl Morey's not working the phones, looking for something on the back end. But we shall see. Speaking of the Eagles Kelly Green jerseys, they did get leaked, I guess. They were supposed to be released tomorrow, but there was a leak of them, and they did it right. I know that they tried before they used the 1960 version, but they did it, and I know one of the big questions were what kind of pants are they going to wear, and it looked like they had the silver pants with the stripe down and like the two stripes on the socks, so it looks like they're going all in and really doing it the right way. A lot of us listening right now, those are the jerseys that we grew up with. Again, they represent not necessarily a winning time in Eagles history, but very nostalgic, and I will be buying a jersey when they come out. But, yeah, I mean, I still think they're overrated in the pantheon of what they represent. But from a nostalgia aspect, absolutely, take my money. I will be wearing one to match the hat I have. So we will see. And Hurts has been looking good in training camp from what I've been following. And it's been interesting just talking with guys yesterday that from the Cleveland perspective, just how the perception of Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are outside of Philly, because I know we see it every day. Everybody's high on the Eagles. They really like them. And I know I've been talking a lot about the Super Bowl hangover and how if I'm going to bet on somebody to do that, it's going to be Sirianni and Hurts. And a lot of them that I talked to, they said they could definitely see them like they're far and away the best team in the NFC. What that translates to, we're still in that weird phase right now where we're like, okay, we have some good teams here and we're allowed to believe them. It's that whole old Philly, new Philly debate that I haven't really talked about, but it was weird to me hearing an outsider's perspective about how the Eagles are perceived nationally. So we'll see. Just got to stay healthy and not have anything freakish happen. But on this day, we're going to go back to 1995, and this is one of those ones today where I don't really have a ton of notes just because both of these guys, I can just speak without it. But Richie Ashburn and Mike Schmidt were both inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame today. And, I mean, Schmidt, his stats we've talked a lot about, but to me, he's the greatest of all time, third baseman, greatest Philly to ever play, 12-time All-Star in 18 years, the 548 home runs, 3-time MVP. He was a rare combination of power and fielding. Everybody kind of always forgets sometimes, I think, with him because of the home runs and the power numbers, that he was one hell of a third baseman, 10-time Gold Glover. And I know there's people out there that'll say, oh, George Brett is the greatest, or Brooks Robinson, or Eddie Matthews, or even I've heard people debate Scott Rowland. But for my money, Schmidt's the greatest of all time there. My hero, one of my most my favorite memory was going down with my Mike Schmidt card in the plastic container, sitting in between the two scoreboards at the vet and the 600 level, that I was going to get his autograph. But in my head, I was going to do it. So kudos to Schmidt for getting inducted into the Hall of Fame today. I remember this vividly. It was very cool to see Richie Ashburn get inducted with him. Richie Ashburn was inducted by the Veterans Committee, had the numbers, and probably, I think, is an underrated player and should have been inducted on his own. But just it's wonky how the baseball writers do that. But he spent 12 years in Philly. He was a 6-time All-Star, 2-time batting champ. Led the league in stolen bases one time. Obviously, we know his number one is retired. He played on that. He was a young player on that the Whiz Kids team. His career 308 hitter or 308 hitter, 25, almost 26 or 100 hits. Probably if he would have gotten to 3,000, obviously he would have been a shoo-in. But I think too he should have been in just because of his contribution to the game. I think him being the color analyst with Harry Kalas, I mean, it was like the sound of my childhood, the soundtrack. I always talk about that, like listening to them, whether it was, they used to always switch between radio and TV. They never had, like now they have like T-Mac and Kruk will do the entire game on TV. But I remember like Chris Wheeler would come in and then they would go to the radio booth, and then there was Andy Musser was there. It was just, and Kent Colvey at one point. So now they've switched it, but Harry and Whitey were always the pair. It's pretty cool. When I took the tour, they named the radio booth after Whitey. They named the TV booth after Harry Kalas, and they said that even if they ever move to a new stadium, those are going to be like the names of those booths to keep them together. They even did like Ashburn Alley and Citizens Bank Park is in a direct view from where Harry Kalas sat, so he could always see the statue and do games. So it's pretty cool. But on this day in 1995, Mike Schmidt and Rich Ashburn were inducted in the Hall of Fame together. Two legends. Both of their numbers obviously are retired by the Phillies. Just two of the best to ever do it. So this was a good day. I remember as a younger kid. Actually, I guess I was an older teenager then, but just a good day to be a Philly fan. I still have the Philadelphia Daily News from the next day somewhere in my junk, I guess I call it, in my storage area. All right, you want more Phillies? Go to phillygoat.com. They have a ton of Phillies stuff out there. If you're getting ready for Eagles training camp, they have a ton of great Eagles stuff. Hugh Douglas has been wearing it and really supports this company. So go check it out, especially with the Kelly Green. They have a ton of Kelly Green stuff. Back to school's coming, so buy your kids some stuff for back to school so they can be the cool kids at the bus stop. But go to phillygoat.com. Use the promo code Jim Montgomery for 10% off of your order. I've said it once. I've said it again. They have everything you need. I actually saw when I was at the rest stop the other day some Philly Goat hats and some Philly Goat t-shirts at the rest stop, which was pretty cool to see. We were almost in Pittsburgh, and you're seeing the Philly Goat stuff. So people believe in this company. So should you. Go use the promo code Jim Montgomery for 10% off at phillygoat.com. All right, we have a finalist in the Philly Sports Most Lovable Loser tournament, and it's the 2022 Eagles. They won and beat the 96-97 Flyers with 77% of the vote. We set a record for the amount of people that voted, so let's keep it coming. We have 2 more days of this tournament. They will play the winner of the 2022 Phillies and the 2000-2001 Sixers. What a matchup that is going to be. We know all about the 2022 Phillies from last year. And the 2000-2001 Sixers are one of the most beloved teams ever. We just talked about those black jerseys. I can't really talk about this and say anything I haven't said. We know about last year's team. Everybody knows about how that 2000-2001 team brought everyone together. So now it's your turn. Go vote. Let me know who wins, the number 6 seed 2022 Phillies or the 3 seed the 2000-2001 Sixers. Should be a doozy, and then even a bigger matchup tomorrow. All right, on this day, back in 1995, Mike Schmidt and Richie Ashburn were inducted into a Hall of Fame together. Phil's looking to win that series against Pittsburgh. They're going to need it. The It's an important game, I think, especially for the psyche of the team heading into the trade deadline. So more on that tomorrow. Check out our friends at Philly Goat as well as 2008 Phils. Don't forget to comment for an opportunity for a free 1-month subscription. Got a long drive ahead of me today, but we'll be back in the Orland studio tomorrow, and then we'll be coming at you live from Baltimore. More on that next Sunday. But this has been This Day in Philly Sports History. I'm Jim Montgomery. Go have yourselves a Sunday. Be safe out there, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.